Hi there everyone, Ashley here from European Communication Services. So, I thought I'd discuss with you what some various customs lingo you may hear me use on likes of Twitter, X, whatever you call it, Facebook, etc. and other people use it. So to start with, what are T1 and T2? T1 is an EU system under the Union Transit System of goods that are coming from outside the EU, through the EU to another EU country, whereby they're declared to the EU that they're transiting from point A external to the EU, in this case, let's say the UK, to point B, let's say in this case Spain, where they'll be cleared into the EU. Once they're cleared, they become the EU calls union goods, and they become, for want of a word, T2'd. That they have all relevant duties and VATs, or in this case in Spain, IVA is being paid. IVA is actually basically the Spanish VAT, and it's 21%. So yeah. Frontera and Fiscal, if I'm pronouncing that right, is one of the divisions of the Guardia Civil in Spain that deals with customs. And I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Aduan, if I mispronounce that, I apologise, is basically the Spanish HMRC. And obviously, you know what HMRC is. His Majesty's Revenue and Customs. Yeah. UK Border Force are the guys and gals manning the borders. Obviously, we deal with them when we go take the local reference number, which is the LRN in, to get the T1 generated, because obviously exporting out of the UK Border Force is the final body that's sorting that out. Douane is French customs. You also do actually have the Frontier Police. I'm not going to try and pronounce that in French because I just will butcher it, which they're performing some aspects of the border control in the same way Douane are. In the French case, you also have the Douane who have roving patrols, which can be inland. They're performing inland customs duties. And obviously, Gendarmerie, they're just the police. Gendarmerie are very similar in the sense of where they're set up to the Guardia and the Italian National Police, the Carabinieri and the likes. Then obviously Policia Nacional, Policia Municipal, local police for the towns. Anyway, that's the sometimes. You're not really going to come across the police stuff in relation to what I'm discussing with customs. I just thought, since I was on about it, I'd mention it. LNR, as I said, is a local reference number, which is generated to get a T1, which gives the Border Force UK to get the T1. MRN is Movement Reference Number. Every single document within a customs chain has an MRN on it, and they should all be linked and tally with each other and connected. What is the French envelope? The French envelope is a system where when you're transiting through France, doesn't matter if it's from the EU to external or other parts. No, it will have to be external, the EU, where you put onto their system your MRNs from your customs clearances. For example, when you export from Spain, it goes onto the French envelope. Yeah. As I say, the movement reference number is on every single customs document in a chain for your T1s, your export docs, everything. I'm not going to discuss everything, but you'll come across a DU. I think it's I can't remember which way around it is, DUA or DAU. That's basically what the Spanish are calling some of their customs forms. I would show you an example, but all the examples I have available in the office have customer data on, so obviously are restricted information. Something you may see also mentioned is a thing called a CRM. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Hold on, I can show you one of them. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to go into the file and get one of them out. This thing in my hand here is a CRM. It's obviously 4 pages. That's only the front page. And it is a movement. Somewhat you're going to say, oh, we're moving that Cobra CRM. Technically true, but as a lot of fellow movers, if you're watching this, could probably confirm if they've done European work, the European police don't realise that, and they're going to argue with you, you're going to lose time. So it's just CRM is easier. It is a document that basically says where the load's going to from very similar details, its weight, its volumes and stuff. So it doesn't have to do anyway. Obviously, it's a bit more complicated than that. But yeah, that's another thing, as I said, the CRM. Obviously, import and export are simple. Import is obviously coming into the country. Export is it coming out the country. When is it imported and exported? Well, if it's going between, let's say, France and Spain, and that's its entire route, because they're the same customs territory, the EU, there's no import-export. Well, it says from the UK to Spain, it's exported from the UK and imported into Spain. Or if it's the other way around, obviously, exported from Spain and imported to the UK. What if the goods are travelling between the EU, Spain, in France by a let's say a British haulier. We do that, and that's where the thing called the EU portal comes in. On the EU portal, you declare things called category. Again, never shown the pronunciation of that, which is the movement of goods from point A to point B in a country that isn't the haulier's home country, or international transport. So you use term the UK calls it cross trade, which is it going from point A, let's say in Spain, to point B in France, across international borders within a customs union, but from different countries to what, again, the haulier's home country. Now, non-EU hauliers have to declare on the EU portal, EU ones don't, fair enough. So that's explaining some of the customs terminology and lingo and other things. I could go on for hours because there's obviously lots of things. You've got things like e-roads and all that, but there's loads of terms and lingo you could know. But that's the most likely ones hopefully you're going to come across. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.